Good morning, friends. This is serious news. Low-income households are now experiencing more financial hardships, and state and local governments are deciding to move forward with new legislation. These bills may drastically help thousands of low-income households. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to learn more about this. Also, do stay tuned because I'll be announcing the winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Despite the enormous toll of the crisis, child poverty in the United States has declined. According to the government's supplemental poverty measure, childhood poverty rates dropped almost by half from 2020 to 2021. A temporary expansion of the child tax credit was a big reason why. Millions of low-income families benefited by the refundable portion of the child tax credit when it became available to all. These changes were not extended beyond 2021, largely due to congressional Republicans. Low-income families are now experiencing more hardships, and valuable progress against child poverty has been lost.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. House Democrats are united and energized. Inflation has now decreased 12 months in a row. The unemployment rate dropped once again to 3.6%, and wages are up compared to last year. And more working age Americans are in the workforce than at any time in the last 20 years. House Democrats and the Biden-Harris administration have built a resilient economic recovery, and we're committed to finishing the job, growing the middle class, and making the American dream available to all Americans. Call it Bidenomics, call it people over politics, just call it effective. On the other side of the aisle, extremism, chaos, and dysfunction continues to be the realm of the day. One of the most far-right members of this body was expelled from a group of conservative members because she wasn't far right enough. And that's why the American people will continue to understand that House Republicans are dangerous and they're playing a game of one-upsmanship. Who can restrict the most access to abortion care? Who can offer the most devastating cuts to working families and seniors? All to win the favor of one person. One man, the former president of the United States, who the Republican Speaker of the House still refuses to endorse.
Advocates have been trying to revive the expansion of the child tax credit. Much of the debate has been focused on the impact of a larger child tax credit on work effort and the federal budget deficit. While those issues are important, advocates should also pay attention to party politics. According to many observers, support for a child tax credit has long been bipartisan. But since the mid-1990s, Republicans have consistently embraced a child tax credit as long as working families were the main beneficiaries. The National Commission on Children recommended a refundable $1,000 child tax credit in 1991. The money was intended to help a wide range of families. The commission created by President Reagan was bipartisan. Initially, President George W. Bush appeared to be an exception to the Republican trend of constraining the child tax credit. He increased the maximum child tax credit benefit and made it partly refundable for low-income families in 2001. And even so, taxpayers with less than $30,000 of income received just 15% of the total benefits in 2004. Low-income families fared better under President Obama. The child tax credit was modified twice in 2009, once in 2010, and again in 2012. By 2016, taxpayers earning less than $30,000 accounted for approximately one-third of the child tax credit recipients and benefits. The historic expansion of the child tax credit in 2021 happened despite Republican objections. As the Associated Press noted at the time, Republicans were worried about budget deficits and subsidizing single-parent families. Although the child tax credit has enjoyed bipartisan support for 3 decades, Democrats and Republicans have often disagreed over which families should benefit. And those differences did not disappear with the crisis. So unless Democrats have unified control of the government, it will be difficult for the child tax credit to be restored to its 2021 condition. Advocates looking to help low-income families under a divided government might need instead to pursue incremental changes to the child tax credit or look to legislation at the state level. So dear friends, what are your thoughts about the expanded child tax credit? Please let me know in the comments section below. Minnesota's new child tax credit is worth up to $1,750 per qualifying child. That amount is higher than the child tax credits that is currently offered in many other states. Minnesota legislation leaves open the possibility for advance payments. That means eligible families in Minnesota could receive part of the state child tax credit before filing their Minnesota state tax returns. Governor Kathy Hochul has stated that the Empire State Child Tax Credit will now cover children under the age of 4 as part of the state's fiscal year 2024 budget. Initially, the credit was restricted to young people up to the age of 17, who were a minimum of 4 years old. With the expansion, qualified parents can qualify for the tax credits to help their infants and young children. Colorado recently increased its state child tax credit to a maximum of $1,200 per child. Colorado's expanded credit goes into effect for the 2024 tax year, so that eligible families will receive the larger credit in 2025 when they file their 2024 Colorado state tax returns. California's Young Child Tax Credit allows eligible families with as little as $1 and as much as $30,000 in earned income to claim the credit, which is worth up to $1,083 per tax return. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this morning. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being here and for being part of this community. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Bernice Jackson and Judith Owen. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.